Hello, and greetings everyone to another Axis and Allies 1942 Generals Division match where the top players in the Axis and Allies Discord uh, play together. So Generals is the highest division. And let's take a look at my opponent here, Snoopy. So as you can see, Snoopy is a top tier player, rank 2 allies, rank 4 Axis right now. Only one loss is Axis. And super skilled player. I'd say one of his superpowers is he is very good at playing from behind. Like, he knows where to skimp and offer good trades because he knows he has to take risks. Probably the best player I've ever played against at playing from a deficit. So kudos to him. What is his highest? Season 7 Axis. Okay, well, he's higher now. Anyway, this is our second game. I had the first game against him as allies. He tank rushed. I got abysmal results in the Ukraine strafe, and he took Moscow turn 3 with 10 tanks and all his planes left over, and I didn't think there was much use in uploading a game that was that one-sided and frankly brutal, and it shouldn't be viewed by children. Okay, so let's take a look. He did the standard for infantry 2 tanks purchase. Average in West Russia, slightly below average in Ukraine, maybe close to average because I have my defense profile for bombers to get hit first. And wrong defense profile. I want it AA second and submerge. So slight advantage to us because we don't have to risk planes to take Ukraine. Unfortunately, he has 6 infantry in West Russia, which is kind of the dividing line where you can't stack Karelia without giving them an IPC profit. And I generally don't like to do that unless I feel behind. So I'm just going to go with the standard bomber, 7 infantry, and 2 artillery purchase to hopefully discourage the UK from throwing down a navy turn 1. Since he doesn't have an AA gun there, I can be a little greedy and only use 2 infantry there. That gives us a pretty material lead, in my opinion. He's most likely going to hit 1 infantry at most. I don't have to risk my planes. This tank gets to stay alive. So it is, while minor, a very material advantage to, have 1 tank left over in Ukraine. Okay. I think that's it. Sometimes I'm a little tempted not to use this fighter because it can land in northwestern Europe, so it can contest a Sea Zone 7 fleet drop more effectively, but I'd rather have the better odds in Ukraine than, something less material like what he might do. All right. I'll take that. Darn. 3 planes let me down. It was the infantry that took them out. But that's a acceptable result. Not ideal, but, you know, bottom of average. You know, the lower half of average is what I've been getting. Oh, when that sub hits, it's scary. That's good. I always like it being killing the destroyer in the first round, because then there's a good chance that the subs can just instant sink the battleship, which is a big advantage. Because when there's 2 submarines here, usually, in order to play safe, the UK needs to skip killing the battleship here, because if you just go in with 1 fighter, 1 destroyer, 1 cruiser, the odds of you getting, you know, a bad result or even outright losing the fight go up significantly. Trying to decide how much I want to stack here. Let's do all the things I know I'll do no matter what first. That's one of my little tips to people when you're having trouble figuring out what you want to do. Do the moves you know you're going to do no matter what first, and then do the harder moves. It makes it a little easier. So what I'm trying to decide here, I set my defense profile, right? Group submerge, anti-aircraft effort. Let me exit and re-enter the game, because sometimes it doesn't apply. What I'm thinking is, since I have a decent start, I'm thinking about stacking 2 infantry in each of these places to discourage him from, you know, 2 inf here and a plane, 2 inf there and a plane, to make him commit a little bit more if he wants to trade with me. I think I'm okay with just keeping my infantry back. I guess I don't need to double stack it just yet. I'm feeling, yeah, yeah, this is a pretty respectable start. You know, I'd say if we were to re-roll, you know, this 100 times, I'd probably say this is like the top like 60% result for Germany. So yeah, I'll just have 1 in each. I'll have, how many guys are coming here? I don't want a tank there. I'll have the tank here to pressure Archangel. So if he decides to do a cheeky Ukraine stack, I'll be able to punish him. I don't think he can, though. I have 5 infantry there, a bunch of infantry there. Maybe I have too many infantry. I think 4 infantry is more than enough to contest any stack he might have here. I'd rather get them up to Karelia, where I can try and shoo him away from West Russia as soon as I can. And this is kind of something I learned like a few months back. My new favorite trick is to put anti-aircraft last. So if he's calculating to strafe Karelia, which he'll probably do, the odds of capture will be much higher than he expects. So if he gets 3 hits, he'll capture Karelia and I can cleanly wipe whatever he hits with. And if he gets a good lucky strafe and there's like 1 infantry left, the AA lives, which is worth 5 IPC. So this is a little trick I've been doing, and it catches people more than you might think, because they just don't know what your defense profile is, and it's a powerful tool in my opinion. Okay, so we got these guys here, puppy guarding, potential fleet drop, and I think we'll call it there. again, since I think the odds of him going, at least this is my rule of thumb, as I say, if there's 2 subs or more in Season 7, I don't go for the battleship because this is too dicey, and I don't like to use the Russian fighter to hit Season 5. And you really do want to kill that transport, or it can, you know, make Karelia even more dangerous faster. So that's the turn, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 1. Welcome back, it's Japan 2, and let's take a look at what Snoopy has done. So went for 1 fighter, 1 bomber, 3 infantry. That extra bomber is a little interesting to me, and he only sent 1 fighter out here. I haven't seen that before, so it'll be interesting to watch what he tries to do with this. So for combat, he killed the transport. We got pretty good results here in Season 7. What did he hit me with? Yeah, we got a good result here. Killed the cruiser and destroyer. Killed the destroyer in 61, though that's not super important since the battleship would club it anyway. And no hit back on Transjordan, which is unfortunate, but pretty common. So nothing too outstanding. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep playing standard. 1 infantry, 1 tank, 3 transports. And let's rock. All right. I think maybe I sometimes like using the bomber there. I feel like I'm missing something. Guys ever feel like that? Like I'm forgetting something? So he's got that bomber, so there's going to be a little bit of extra pressure on us. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I feel 5, 3. I guess I don't have a transport to hit here, since this is a fight that we're more likely to lose than win. I don't like to take it. I especially don't like doing IPC even trades early as Axis, since you have the income disadvantage early on. And I only like trading heavily when I'm richer than my opponent. Okay, well I think this is reasonable. I don't know why I get this inkling that I'm missing something. I think both fleets should be safe here. Huh. Well, whatever. Should be solid. That really sucks. This is like one of the most important areas. Buriati is the second most important not to get hitbacks. Because that really cripples our India pressure when Yunnan gets devastated. Okay, well, we got Burma. That's a plus. This is the next most important one. Him getting 1 hit back here actually hurts a lot, because It can instigate an attack from Russia. It slows down our IPC gain. Damn. Well, this is already below average, even if he doesn't get any more hitbacks. You usually get lose about 2.5 infantry as Japan, so this is yeah, we lost 2 infantry or 3 infantry, and we lost them in the worst places, Buryatia and Yunnan. Would have been, but it's not a huge complication, it's just annoying. I think I will leave. One guy there. I think this is reasonable. This should be pretty safe against any attacks. And by putting fighters here, I will that's so weird. Why? Oh, I already have 2 going there, that's why. Yeah. By having fighters here, I can potentially pressure Yakut if he wants to still stack that. I'm going to leave these guys here because there's a little bit of pressure coming in if the US wants to hit this, or if, you know, actually, if I were to just move these 2 right here, would that be better? I don't think Snoopy would take either of those fights, though. They're both kind of what I like to call stupid fights. Yeah, I think we're pretty safe. You think this is, I know what to do instantly by now, but whenever that bomber's alive, my eyes kind of have to scan over everything, because these stinkers can hit so much farther than you might believe. Alright. I think we're good. Alright, well, little lackluster Japan turn, but nothing we can't suck up. Okay, see you guys next time for Germany 2. Welcome back, it's Germany 2. And let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So he did the standard purchase. Took Morocco, gave me the free transport, and that's about it. He looks like he's maneuvering his units over into C-Zone 45 to make India a little tougher, and not a whole lot else. So let's go to UK. Or sorry, Russia. Hit Ukraine, no losses. Belarus, wow, we hit it with 1 no loss. Really good luck there. And 2 good luck in Karelia. This is what I was telling you. Having the AA second to last, they'll underestimate the strafe odds. And sometimes you'll wipe them out. Your units will be wiped out in 1 turn if they get 3 hitbacks and conquer it. And then we get you know, the leftover units as our prize. So that's a consolation, but I think overall we lost out, considering we didn't hit back in either of these territories, but it is what it is. So from here on, I'm just going to do a bunch of land unit buys. I was thinking, should I buy another, perhaps, fighter buy? But I don't think it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to use my fighters to trade these territories here, and I'm not really going to have an opportunity to zone out his fleet here unless I'm willing to lose out on these trades, and I don't think I am. So, infantry it is. I think I will take this fight here. It's basically IPC even, but if it goes well, you know, we get a little bit more India pressure. India pressure is not super likely with these US units here, the extra fighters here, a tank from here, but I don't really have much else I'm using those units for, so I can always retreat if things turn too sour, but I think it's a reasonable attack. If I retreat when there's only the tank and bomber left, it's a 0.2% profit. So, I don't know. Might be worth doing. Could always get lucky. Oh. I almost forgot the most important attack of all. The cleanup. Alright. I think that's good. And let's pull the lever. Nice. Horrible. Really? That's not good. That's really not good. At least everything else went okay. What were the odds of that happening? the guys there. Don't think I even moved the infantry forward. Maybe I do, because he's gonna blast it with his planes. That really set us behind a lot. Oh, and I lost the bomber. And I got 1 infantry in return. Is this safe? I think it should be safe. He can hit with with 2 land units, 3 planes. I think that makes sense for him to take that fight. Sorry, I'm still tilting over that Transjordan attack. Alright, see you guys next time for Japan 2. Welcome back, it's Japan 2, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So he bought another bomber and infantry, so it looks like he's really dedicating himself to this heavy air tactic. That's actually a little bit of a relief for me. That gives me some breathing room as Germany to build up my infantry stacks. It'll make life a little harder for Japan, but you know, we need all the help we can get after that Transjordan attack. That will be wiped from the history books. Didn't happen. Alright, so Burma, no losses. He hit season 17 with 3 planes. We got 2 hit backs. That's a little lucky. I'll take it. And he didn't hit Egypt, which is good. I'm very happy about that result because I need those IPCs to make up for my lacking bomber. So I'm gonna buy a complex for Manchuria and 6 infantry because I absolutely do not like buying artillery. Okay, so let's do the easy ones. I see he doesn't have India or Alaska defended, so we'll take that. One here, one here. And I really, really, really want to make sure I take this. So I'm going to be adding a lot of juice. Don't want to lose that tank to 2 infantry. Okay, the next thing to see is, can I defend my boats here? He can hit with 1, 2 UK planes. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. He can technically hit there with 3 if he buys an aircraft carrier. I think that should be good. I guess he didn't notice Burma hit Bury. Well, that's why I said it stinks to get a hit back there, is because they can do that and slows you down and gives Russia more breathing space, which is not what we want. Okay. I think this is as good as it gets. Just want to make sure there's no bombers, so you can go 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm not going to land any units there, so it doesn't matter. Kind of like these early Alaska takes. I'm not going to go for Hawaii afterwards because he's going to have this fleet. He'll probably just move it there, or maybe here to say, hey, if you want to take Hawaii, I'm going to smash your fleet, but I care not, because I just want to hold this for 2 turns, which will be nice. Every turn you hold this, that's a 4 IPC gap. And it distracts him from other juicier, more attractive targets. I think I will use the artillery. I don't like putting the artillery in the line of fire there, but that's how it goes. And I do like trading 2 units with UK every turn, because what I don't want is him to have a bunch of extra infantry that he can send up towards Russia. I want him to consume the majority of his production into just trading Burma with me. Don't get 2 hits. Nice. Okay, this is what we need. This is what we need. You can't complain about perfection. Can't do it. All right. Okay. Next question. Do I want to move these blokes here to threaten whoops. Move this here. I'm only going to move 2. No, I think I'll move them all there. I can trade here into Burma if it pleases me. I want to make sure he can't hit this with his 4 or 5 planes in the tank. That shouldn't be an attractive target. I'm purposely only putting 1 infantry there because I don't want to make it too juicy of an attack for the US. And he can't attack this, right? I don't need to set it to carrier last. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't hit that with that. 1, 2, 3. No. Looks like the aircraft carrier is safe. And yeah, we'll go from here? You can't hit this with it, right? Okay, good. He's certainly going to move his subs into a place I don't want them to be, but what can you do? Okay, so very good Japan turn. No losses. Can't complain. Can't complain about that. Check my defense profile. I think I'll set Germany to default because if he wants to hit France, I will allow him to do so. And I want to have the best odds possible. I don't think he would. That'd be a suicidal attack, but, well, now that I think about it, if it's a suicidal attack, like, maybe I do want the anti-aircraft protection there. So, anti-aircraft after infantry, because there's no way he'd do that attack. His fighters can't even reach. The only way he would do it is if it was like one infantry and a cruiser attack. Alright, looks good. Looks good. We're not out of this game yet. That attack really sucked, but we got, well, we still got a shot in this game. Yeah, we still got an attack power. If you lose your attack power lead in the first, like, 3 turns as Axis, that's not a good sign. And you need to get that, because you need to get the income close to equal before you lose your attack power lead. And right now we're at 83, and he's sitting at 70, 100. Obviously, he's not going to stay at that level of income as Russia, but hey. Anyway, that's it for now, and see you guys next time for Germany 3. Welcome back. It's Germany 3, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So for the US, he bought another fighter, 1 transport, a tank. I love making the USA buy tanks to take back Alaska, and a fighter. So this is going to slow down his attack on Germany for quite a bit, so that's nice. Combat, took Algeria, air raided Egypt, and lost a fighter. That's a little interesting. I expected him to hit Sikang, so I couldn't take Novo and such, but he's playing very defensive. Huh. Okay, well, anyway, let's see what he did with Russia. Infantry, artillery, hit Ukraine, lost 2 infantry. Well, I think we got pretty good rolls there, 2 hitbacks. Alright, so can't complain too much. Let's get going. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, should I buy a bomber? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you'd have 6 planes here in C-Zone 15, and that's not really great odds to hit it. So if he wants to do a med shock, I can't really stop him without taking really big risks. So instead of trying to stop him, I will just not buy planes and let him have his way with my coastline. Oh, my subconscious purchased a bomber there. Pay no attention to that. So I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units to take advantage of the gap that he hasn't been landing with on Germany for the last few turns, to build up giant infantry stacks, to stack France, Karelia, and just buy Japan all the time they need to roll over and crush Russia. So let's get started. I am going to try to trade a little bit more heavily with Russia than I might otherwise do. And is this safe? Should be safe with fighters, right? Yeah, 16, 17, 18 units I will have. 7, 8, 9, 8. Yeah, I should be safe. Okay. Just gotta look at it real quick. You never know. Okay. Alright. Pretty reasonable turn. Let's add 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 units there. Actually, let's... Do I need to add units here? I'm going to produce here. So, according to my calculations, I need 5 there. Well, let's move these guys to Egypt. It doesn't matter where I go, he'll have odds on me. So I'd at least like him to risk some of his planes and tanks and hopefully maybe even hold Egypt if I get 2 hit backs on his land units. So if they're gonna die, might as well make their sacrifice worth it. And since I'm feeling comfortable about my position, I guess I'll add an extra infantry there. I don't really like the artillery there. I don't know. Do I want the artillery there? Maybe I do, in case he gets cheeky with an AA gun. I think this is what I want. Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. So you can hit here with 6 land units, 1 plane, and 2 bombards. I'll maybe add 1 extra infantry just to be conservative. I don't think he will do something like that, but I really love it when the UK delays their fleet by this late. Like, I don't know. I you know, even excluding the Transjordan attack there, I think our rolls have been pretty good. But that one was just super, super bad. It traded 25 IPCs for 3, which is not attractive. Anyway, I think this is as good as it gets, and yeah, I think I can call it a turn. Let's add artillery there to give it a little bit more teeth. 3 infantry there. 9. I guess I can delete these notes. And yeah, well, the income gap, the attack power gap is starting to tighten. So maybe I'm not, maybe we're not out of the woods yet. But let's take a look at the income front. We are, that's about, they're still pretty high. Yeah, they're a little over 90 and I'm at 82. And Germany is going to start shrinking their income, but same can be said with the UK. They're going to be getting crunched pretty quickly. So yeah, tight game, tight game. Alright, see you guys next time for Japan 3. Welcome back, it's Japan 3, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So it looks like he bought 3 infantry, a bomber, and a tank. So that looks like he's banking money. No, he's not banking. Well, he banked a little bit of money. That's pretty small purchase. Feels like he should be saving more money, but I guess he's not. So, yeah, let's see. Combat took Northwestern. Looks like he's finally thinking about landing with the UK. Looks like he's just planning to combine his fleet with the US and not do a fleet drop, which is highly efficient. So, kudos to him doing that. But probably make it unfeasible for him to do a med chuck, which is a point in our favor. So he took Archangel with the tank. That was a little bit gutsy, but worked out for him. Might even be able to defend that with Russia, depending. Burma took one, lost one, so nothing too impactful. So for this turn, I spent a lot of time thinking about my purchase. So I was thinking, hey, should I go after Hawaii? Should I go after Australia? And I came to the conclusion that I can't really do both without buying more Navy or another transport, and it's just a little difficult to buy a transport at this point in time. He's got his subs right up in my face, and I can't really defend, this sea zone, here, and 46. So I had to decide, what do I want to cut? Do I want to go after Australia? Or do I want to go after Hawaii? And I came to the conclusion that I think I'm going to go after Australia, because if I move an infantry here, he can't blitz his tank into Alaska, whereas if I went down here, I'd either give it to him for free, or I'd risk failing the Alaskan or the Hawaiian capture if I only sent 1 infantry. Didn't like that. Every turn I hold Alaska is 2 IPC away from the US, and 2 more for us. So that's the conclusion I came to. Alright, so we're going to pick up these little cuties, drop them off here, specifically in 46 and not 38, so if he hits with his 3 infantry and wins, we can just slap him back the next turn. Alright. I'm only sending 1, again, because when he clears it, I want him to have to commit more into Alaska. I want to force him to send infantry here instead of to Eastern Canada to disrupt his logistics. I'd really like to send more to Kazakh, but he has a lot of planes and tanks. I can't hold this territory, so I'm just going to take it as lightly as possible. And I think that's all she wrote for this turn. Really hope we take Burma. If we don't, that would be most unfortunate. No hit back, no hit back. Nice. Alright, so let's send our cuties over here. Change my defense profile to carrier last, exit, and re-enter the game. Then we're going to move these blokes forward. I wonder if I should send 2 tanks, or if 1's fine. I mean, what are the odds he sends his Russian tanks here? I don't think that would be a good move for him to risk his tanks like that. Okay. Guess I'll put everything here. He's not going to do a med check. He's going to move his US fleet here. So, unless he wants to give me a free transport, which would be swell of him. But that seems unlikely. So I don't quite need to send my Japanese planes to help Germany just yet. I can keep them here to make sure he doesn't send too many units out of India. I want to pin as many units here as I can. And we'll move our guys here so they have a bit more movement range in terms of where we can attack. Just a little concerned about the tanks here. I'm a little worried if he puts... You know, there's no real advantage to moving that tank there. I think I'll keep the tank back. I don't want him to hit this with this UK tank and a bunch of planes. That would be unideal. So I'll keep the tank back. I don't need more forces to defend Karelia, so it's some caution might be warranted here. Making sure everything's safe. He can hit this with a bomber and a sub. We should be good there. This should be super safe. Perhaps I don't need the second battleship. Maybe I can leave the cruiser here. I'll keep it there. It doesn't make too much of a difference either way. Okay. All right, got a shiny new bomber. $46, not bad. So our income lead is kind of getting, or attack power lead is eroding very quickly, but our Japanese income is superb. Of course, it's not going to stay that way since these are going to get taken, and possibly even Western Australia, but, you know, I'd rather have money now than money next turn, right? Okay, well, it's still a close game. Okay, I think that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 4. Welcome back, it's Germany 4. Let's take a look at what Snoopy did. 9 infantry, transport artillery from the US. Combat, took Canada, no losses. Hit Ukraine, we got 2 hitbacks there, which is nice. And Russia, no hitbacks, no hitbacks. Man, he's been getting a lot of these Belorussia, you know, 1 infantry captures. It's a little annoying. But, you know, I have to say, I kind of like the way Snoopy's playing. It's a little bit different from how I would normally play allies, but I think I like it. I like the way he's playing, and I might take some inspiration from it. So I was struggling here. I was saying, Do I buy more air? Because I was looking down here and I'm like, what do I want to do about the Mediterranean? And I was thinking, you know, if he wants to move his units down here and hit the Med, then, you know, more power to him. I'll sink whatever he hits here with, but I don't think I can afford to defend here while also fending off Russia. So we're just gonna buy giant infantry stacks and trust that infantry stacks are the one and only way. So let's start things up. And really wish I had more planes. I think this is correct. I don't want to be trading too many units into northwestern Europe, just because, you know, if I fail to capture it, that's okay. But if I use 2 infantry a turn there, it's just feeding into what UK wants to do, which is to trade me down, and I want to trade as little as possible with them. And we're hitting Libya just because this is the place he can get the least cost-efficient trades. Maybe I'll win, get extra IPCs, but if I stay here in Egypt, he's gonna trounce me. So if we get what we should kill 2 infantry, maybe get 1 IP. Ugh. Disgusting. I was happy when I got 2 hit backs, and then the happiness faded quite quickly. Oh, man, 100% hit backs. You're supposed to be more efficient on your turn. Got that. I have to say, this has been a pretty poor turn. Pretty poor turn. He got really good hit backs. Move all the planes back to Germany that I can. I don't think he'll suicide into France. But I'll add an extra infantry more than I need just to be safe. This should be able to kick him out of Ukraine. That was a really smart attack. If he had even 1 less infantry here, I could have kicked him out with decent odds, but I don't. So... yeah, man, losing that bomber really sucked. Really, really sucked losing that bomber. I could really use that bomber right now. Oh well. Yeah, we'll just leave these naked. If he wants to contest them, then we'll take out his battleship and destroyer, because he has nothing else to reinforce it with. Man, this turn sucked. You can't have many of these bad turns against good players, or you'll quickly lose the game. Wondering if I want to put units here to help reinforce Karelia. I should be okay. asterisk. This will have 7, 9 infantry, 20. Yeah, it's a safe. Can't really kick him out anytime soon, but what can you do? Alright, I think this is sufficient. Take a look at our defense profiles. And I'm going to have to hope Japan can bail us out, because it's certainly not going to be Germany who rescues. Oh god, 36 IPCs turn 4. Ah, that stings. Yeah, barely made a profit this turn. Yeah, I think this was the only attack he didn't get a hit back. Killed one more unit than he did this turn. And you can see that now I'm only 9 IPCs ahead. Ugh. Well, is what it is. We'll keep chugging at it, and hopefully he can't maintain this Russian aggression too much longer with Japan starting to surround him. Still getting 21 IPCs. Alright. Is what it is. See you guys next time for Japan 4. Welcome back. It's Japan 4. Let's take a look at what Snoopy did. 3 infantry, 2 fighters, and artillery. Man, he's going heavy on the air. Very, very interesting. Alright, so he took the freebie in Egypt. Hit Archangel, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, it looks like he's suiciding a transport to kill an infantry, which feels a little weird to me, but, you know, whatever. Burma, no losses. Hit Kazakh, no losses. Did an air raid on a Venki for the tank, which seemed a little strange, but well, we got a fighter. Failed Western Australia, which honestly is the most impactful fight. So, but overall, nothing too out of the ordinary here. It's a pretty average turn, but I'm glad the tank got a hit back, or I would be quite disappointed. Anyway, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry and 2 fighters, and we're just going to keep chugging along. Alright, so let's hit here. Have to make the sound effects. Alright, we'll waltz in there. Trying to decide how I want to capture here. If I want to send my boats down here or not. He has a lot of planes. I don't really want to put my ships here because I'd have to put a lot of them, all of them really. And he has this US. Yeah, I think I have to do it the inefficient way. Of course, we're going to take that freebie. I don't say no to free gifts. And where do I want to use this bomber? I think I'll use it here on Burma. And the reason is this is getting a little thin. And I'm just afraid with the way his propensity towards air raids has been, he'll send 6 fighters, 2 bombers to hit this. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm a little worried about it. Whereas here, I'll have the 2 fighters defending the bomber when it lands. Oh, wait, bomber. Yes, bomber. Okay. Alright, I think that's all we're doing. Nice. No hitbacks. Shame. But I'm glad the UK took Kazakh rather than Russia taking it, because that means Russia won't receive the income for it. Come on now, there we go. Okay, so pretty decent turn, but nothing too outside of average. So let's slip 1 infantry there, 2 infantry here. We'll move the tanks forward. This bomber can find its new home in Karelia. We'll keep the infantry in. Actually, would the bomber be better placed here? I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Let's do our other moves first. We'll do the hard things last. Okay, with this we can go after Hawaii next turn. I can shift my defense profile back to default. I'm not going to exit out and re-enter to make sure it's working because it's not a terribly impactful turn. Let's put the aircraft carrier here along with the destroyer. This is safe, right? What can you hit this with? Hit it with a bomber and a sub, so that should be safe there. This should be relatively safe here, and it's going to allow our newly placed fighters here to hit Alaska when he decides to attack it next turn, and this will give us a little bit more pressure on the US and make it harder for him to hit Germany, or at least delay it. The more time we can buy Germany to get a giant France stack and Karelia stack, the better off we are. What do we have here? 2 infantry and a tank. Where do I want to place these fighters? I think I'll place the fighters here, so I have a little bit more muscle to hit these 2 territories, whereas if I put them all in Yunnan, while I do have more pressure on India, these areas are a little harder to hit with more than just my 2 bombers. I don't think he'll give me odds on India. No, he has way too many planes. So I'm just, in my mind, I'm just kind of writing off being able to hit India. I'm also kind of writing off being able to go into Africa, because when they have this many planes, you just can't really sneak in. They just have too much. So actually, I'm gonna make sure this is safe with this bomber. Can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'd have to capture one of these territories, which isn't possible to hit my fleet. Okay. Looks like we're good there. And it's slow going at the start with Japan, but once you get the numbers up and can force Russia to give up West Russia, things start getting a little bit easier. once you starve them. But Snoopy seems 100% on the Russia hits Germany train, and Japan can do whatever it pleases, which I think is reasonable. Okay. Usually I use the US to hit Japan so you can get the income for Russia, but he's been using it to hit Germany, which is something to consider in my own games. I've never done that myself, so we'll have to see how it turns out. Okay, I think this is good. This sub can't reach, right? Can't reach 62. This one can't hit either, so I think we're good. All right. Infantry, infantry, infantry. We don't need anything other than infantry, because we have planes for attack power. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Yeah, our lead has eroded again. So now we're just the end of our turn. 8 IPC ahead. But starting from this point forward, the IPCs are going to even out a little bit. You can see he's at 70, 80, 90, and he's at 94, and we're at 70, 84. So still he's looking better than me at this point, but once we force him out of Ukraine and West Russia, well, I don't think we're forcing him out of these places in the next turn or so, but yeah, the IPC amount is narrowing, especially after we take these 2 islands, and that's when the game really begins in earnest, and you can start being a little bit more aggressive with your trades. Alright, well that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 5. Welcome back, it's Germany 5, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So, 9 infantry, 2 transports. He decided to hit Alaska. We got some good rolls there. What did he hit it with? Well, we got 2 hit back, so I'll take that. Nothing in Libya. And he did another air raid in Vologda. He really likes those air raids, trading a fighter for infantry. Man, he's some risk tolerance. Okay, Russia, just a bunch of infantry, and he got perfect results, no hit backs. All right. Okay, so I am going to just keep on the infantry stack train, and we'll keep chugging along. So this time, we are not going to miss here, right? We're not going to miss this time. We're going to get all hits. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave Archangel and Vologda to the Japanese, as German units are highly precious, and I want to be trading out their units rather than the Germans, since the Germans are the ones that are under heavy pressure from start to finish. Okay, let's do it. Two in a row. Come on. 2 in a row I failed that. Man, my rolls are atrocious. Really? Took how many rounds was this? Took me 4 rounds to clear out that? Okay. Jeez. Look at that. Oh, I need to be a lot more cost efficient on my turn. need to be a lot more cost efficient. How many do I need there? Just want to make sure this isn't IPC positive for him. So what can you hit? There's 4 land units. His bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His bomber can't hit. 4 land units. 4 planes to hit this. And a bombard. I think it's actually a little close. Maybe I will add that last extra infantry there. Should put the odds in my favor, especially with the AA. I'm going to send 1 tank here to blitz back into northwestern Europe if needed. Is Berlin in danger? Because I'm only going to be putting... I plan to only put how many units in Berlin? I bought 12. I have 15 slots. So 7 units. I should be safe. Should be safe. What's going here? An extra infantry. Don't think I need that extra infantry. Should be safe, but am I actually? He can hit me with 2 bombers, 3 fighters, 4 units. It's 6. No, 3 fighters, 2 bombers, 5 plus 4. I should be safe. Okay. I think I'll move the AA to Berlin just to be safe. The US only has the bomber and the fighter in range, so it shouldn't be a super attractive target for him, but better safe than sorry, right? Okay, I like that. Ah, 33. Failing this has really hurt our income. Yeah, the lead continues to tighten now. We're only 7 up at the end of our turn. Not a fan. This game's a little too tight for me. But it is how it is, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 5. Welcome back. It's Japan 5, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. Hit France, got lucky, got 2 hit backs. Kind of sucks, which gives him slightly IPC positive attack on France if he's willing to sacrifice this bomber and land. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he can even get away with the bomber. Yeah, sucks. Failed. Yeah, sucks that he got 2 hit backs and got that attack, but what can you do, right? What else did he do? Hit Burma. Did another air raid on Novembrisk and got another plane. Man, been nailing him on these air raids, which is nice, but this is gonna hurt a lot. Anyway, let's get down with the buy. 9 land units, 2 fighters. Let's dance. So, let's take Hawaii. I hear it's beautiful this time of year. It's about the same any time of year. And this is actually also a very attractive attack for me. 1 tank, 2 anti-aircraft guns. Yes, please. Do I want to hit this? Yeah, I do. Let's hit here and here. Does this look good? I think so. Now we'll leave the rest up to the dice. Got it. This is the important one. If that AA hits, it's going to be very unfun. 1 out of 3 chance it hits, though. Nice. Excellent. This is what we need. Great, great, great. Excellent. No hitbacks, no hitbacks. Great, 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 great. I really would like Vologda too. I'm starting to get a little scared because of the France odds. Excellent. Okay. Super crispy, delicious Japan. Very nice turn. Very nice turn. We'll leave a 5-star review. This plane hits. No, it cannot. All right, let's take these boyos. Land 1 here, 1 there, to allow me to hit Alaska again if it pleases me. Is this safe? I'm gonna have 10 units he can hit me with. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be safe. I don't think he wants to take a trade that dicey. Or does he? Actually, I shouldn't be looking at what Russia can hit it with. I should be looking at what United Kingdom can hit it with, which is a lot more. Yeah. Suddenly this doesn't look like a good idea at all. UK can hit me with 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 tanks. How many fighters? 3, 4 fighters, 2 bombers, and I will have... What can I slap here? 4, 2, 2. Yeah, that's not looking good at all, odds-wise. How many planes would I need to slap in there to make that? A bad attack for him. I don't have enough. Okay. I'm glad we recognize this. Let's retreat. I'll still have 2 there. 2 and 2. Do I want 2 and 2? The way he's been air raiding me, it tells me that he's very partial to do kind of coin flip air raid attacks since he's been hitting my guys. So he could just send 1 infantry to each and then a bunch of planes. And it probably would be IPC positive for him. I kind of hate having to do this, but... I mean, actually, now that I think about it, is it even worth sending any units at all into those squares? I think it is still worthwhile to put units in these squares for no other reason than I want to trade down some of his infantry. If he's trading 2 a turn here, 1 a turn here and here, he'll eventually run out of units. And then there's also here. Okay. I think he's going for that France attack, and it's a very volatile attack. I ran the numbers, and it's like a 65% conquer, 5 IPC positive battle for him, but that's can very easily go either way, or it could go even worse for me. If only he didn't. He did that suicide attack and got 2 hitbacks. I calculated him possibly doing a suicide attack, and the average would have been 1 hit, where I would have been in a better position. But oh well. And is this what I want to do? I think so. I got pretty good rolls this turn. We're getting good income. I think I'm all right to play patient. I have a lot of infantry stacked up as Germany, so even if I lose France, it's gonna really suck. But I think we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to be fine. Yeah. This guy can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Can't hit. Okay, I think this is how I want to do it. I guess I can move that unit there in case I want to further go to Anhui. Alright, that should do it. Okay, nice. We've grown our lead a little bit because he's been losing some planes, and we got great attacks overall. Japan's turn has been quite strong. Okay, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 6. Welcome back. It's Germany 6, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. More planes, more infantry. He hit France, and we got a top 55% result, so pretty good. Not too far off from what the average said, but you know, like 55, top 60% roll, so I'll take it. Let's see, did another air raid in Ukraine, lost a fighter, good. Took Alaska, lost a unit. What did he hit it with? Okay. Alright, so pretty good for US. Let's take a look at, yeah, Russia, hit Bellow, killed 2, lost 1. Okay. Alright, so let's just buy more infantry. We are really poor. I think this is good. I should be able to defend here. I think I'm gonna have to give him a freebie over in Italy and Northwestern, though. I can't hold it all. Nice. No hitbacks. Okay. We've failed this 2 times before. A third time's the charm. Okay. Pretty average turn. We killed 3 infantry. 1 of them got a hit back. So nothing too exciting. I think I have to pretty much put almost everything I can in. Karelia to help get a little bit more pressure there. I believe this should be good, right? I have I think I need to add everything. I can't defend these. I'm gonna give it to him so cheap. He's just gonna take there with 1 infantry, and I can do nothing to stop it. I'm just gonna have to start sending my Japanese planes back to discourage such rambunctious behavior from him. But at least we captured all the territories this turn. Our income has been pretty terrible compared to where I would expect us to be. Question is, do I want to leave more in Poland? Maybe not, because I don't think he can afford to stack Ukraine. I haven't done the numbers, but we have a lot of units here, and we're going to really start pressuring Russia. So that's the idea. Do I want this AA gun here maybe? Let's see. If, let me make sure AA is second. Okay, it is. What can he hit Berlin with? He can hit it with 4 land units, 3, 4 planes. I think we're good. Okay, I like this. Do I want to put one in Italy just to say, hey, you either take this one or you invest 2 units? I don't think it really matters to him whether he invests 1 or 2. He has 6 guys to offload, so I think I'll just conserve my forces. He only has 1 transport, so he can only take 1 of the 2. Okay, I like this. Okay, well, looks like the game's kind of stabilizing. We're 8 attack power ahead at the end of our turn, so the gap has kind of stopped growing because our income is starting to get close to equal here. You know, he's at 70, 85, 95, and we're sitting here at 93. So yeah, the income's getting very comparable, and once we take New Zealand, we should be in an okay spot. But I think this is anyone's game right now. I think it's way too early to determine who's winning or losing. The good news is his fleet is kind of in a little bit out of position. He has all this stuff in the Mediterranean. Unfortunately, he got that France attack, but you know, that is how it is. And I think we'll call it here and see you guys next time for Japan 6. Welcome back, it's Japan 6, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. 5 infantry, fighter, and a transport. So, did 2 bombing raids, and no bomber shot down. We got the hit back on northwestern Europe, that's nice. No hit backs in Burma, and he decided to stack Burma, which I cannot contest with how many planes he has and the sub, so that's a little troublesome. Yeah, our navy's too split and he took advantage of it. So I'm just gonna buy 9 land units, 2 more fighters, and we'll keep this train chugging along. Gotta disengage from the sub. I'm going to use these 2 fighters here to hit that location. Really wish I could hit this, but it's too fragile. One, two, three, four, five. How safe am I here? I'm pretty reasonably safe. So I'd like to use as many fighters as possible to thwack right here. And it's going to take me another turn before these fighters can stop his navy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they can't really reach. Yeah, I probably want to place my fighters here, so that way I can pivot up to Karelia or I can hit Burma. I think that's kind of the ideal spot for my fighters, so we'll see if we can obtain that. And these fighters, I'm a little tempted to do an air raid on these infantry here, but I think it's more important, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I evacuate them. Do I want to hit them is the question. Otherwise I can 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move them there. Let's see, 1, 2. Neither position's super attractive to me. So maybe I will just add more fighters here. Versus landing, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's questionable. I really want to discourage C-Zone 15 Medchuck, but I just don't have enough planes in range yet. And Burma's a bigger problem for me right now. I think this is what I gotta do. I really need that many planes. Let me make sure he has 24, 25, 26 units I can hit here. No, that's safe. Maybe I'll hold back 1 fighter and land it on France. Just to be cautious. No, I think it should be safe. He can hit me with 6, 10 infantry, 11 infantry, 12 plus 3 fighters and bombard. That should be pretty heavily in my favor. I don't think he'd take an attack that silly. So I don't think I need that fighter. Okay. Really? I'm glad I brought 4 fighters so all 4 could miss. Okay, these guys were working overtime. It's a slap in the face. If he got that second hit back, I would have been quite unhappy. Can I keep this? No, I can't keep that safe. There's no way. I have to pull back to here. This aircraft carrier will go here. This one will protect its cubs. Let's load those blokes up into Karelia so they have a little bit more range. And where should we place these fighters? I think I talked about it before that this is what I consider the optimal spot. Let's move an artillery down. We don't need that many there. Let's protect these cuties here, because I'll want at least 2 of them to protect from 2 bombers. We'll decide if we want to head for Madagascar or head over this direction, depending on how he moves his fleet. I'll have this aircraft carrier here for next turn so I can defend Yunnan. It's really fun playing against Snoopy. He plays a little bit different from some other top Allies players, and I think he did some moves that I originally kind of questioned. I'm like, is this a good move? But a few turns later, his moves actually tended to make a lot of sense, and I really appreciate that. So, yeah. Okay. I usually like to land units up above because that's a faster track, but I don't want too many units up there. This is safe, right? That sub can't reach. I will put carrier last, just in case. I don't think he'd go for a move like that, but it's better safe than sorry. I wonder if I should put the fighters. I'm thinking, because what I'm worried about is if I place them here and he conquers Yunnan and French Indo, which he probably will, I won't have a place to land these fighters if I want to contest those spots. So it's a little bit dicey for me to land all of them here, because I wouldn't be able to hit French Indo as cleanly. I think I will. Well, I guess I don't really have much of a choice, do I? Only one of them can land there. Okay, I like this. Very interesting how he's playing this. Usually I use UK to trade with Germany, but he seems to be wanting to trade with Japan more. And use the US to play with Germany. It's a little opposite. Okay, I think this should be good. Alright, now we've officially taken all of those cute islands, and we can put our full focus as Japan towards Russia and India. And we got, what's the score now? Now we're plus 14 IPC, and Russia's days of poverty hopefully should be beginning soon. He's only got 14 a turn now? Yeah. He's going to have to trade with us, which is something Russia does not want to do. But this is a big problem here, and his big navy stack, or big plane stack, is making it very difficult for me to attack and land my boats here to contest Burma, and I don't like him trading these territories. It's really awful for me. But hopefully in 2 turns, once these guys reach here, we should be able to take it back from him. And our planes are starting to stack up. We got 2 bombers, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fighters. So our Air Force is really starting to come together, and it'll be interesting to see how the game proceeds from here. Alright, catch you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back, it's Germany 7, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So it looks like he bought 6 infantry and a complex here. 5 bombing raid damage. Man, these bombing raids with no bombers killed are really starting to hurt. Oh, and you took Alaska with no hitbacks. Oh, I thought 2 infantry, I'd have good odds to prevent him from retaking it, but I just haven't had good fortune thus far, so it's been a little bit of a money sink for us. Let's see, Russia, he hit Bellow, we defended it successfully. Ukraine, 2 losses, no hitbacks. So, probably more bad than good, I'd say, this turn. So, alright, let's repair our complexes, buy 9 infantry, and get a move on. It's getting a little hard to defend everything now. I hate these little med shucks where they just can nickel and dime ya. Thankfully there's only 1 transport down there, but we're going to gonna have to run some numbers after this turn to see what I can and can't get away with in terms of defense. In fact, I'm a little tempted just to leave these guys be. No, I want to kill them. Oh, 2 hitbacks. Oh, at least we captured it. Ugh, got my heart beating there. These are times where missing that bomber is starting to come back to haunt us. I really miss that bomber. It's making a lot of these fights less efficient, giving them a chance to get more hitbacks, but after he took that big chunk out of France, I really don't have the spare bandwidth to defend myself like I used to. I think I actually have to send some tanks back. It's getting a little tight here. Let's see, I'm gonna place, what am I gonna have there? I'm gonna have 9 infantry, 2 fighters, 3 tanks. Should be safe. It's getting closer than I'd like. Numbers are getting tighter than I would like. Okay. Let me double check France's odds. I'm moving. Okay, France should be secure. Yeah. Maybe I'll send an extra tank back. I don't think I need it. This numbers here are getting a little tight if he wants to hit with UK and Russia. Luckily I have the Japanese planes, but yeah, this game is getting really tense for Germany. That France hit where he took out like 10 infantry was really, really hurtful for us. I think that was an error on my part. Not, well, it wasn't exactly an error because he got lucky with his suicide bombardment, but maybe I should have made it even tighter, the odds, but that's 2020 hindsight. Yeah, I think this is it. Wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So, lead the attack powers staying, you know, fluctuating. Each of us are about 10 within each other, so the game's stabilizing. We'll just have to see who's more efficient from this point. But I think I'm a little behind here. I feel a little bit behind since he has this Burma stack, and his bombing raids on Germany are really hurting. I need to shoot down some of his bombers or I'm going to start falling apart rather quickly. So anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 7. Welcome back, it's Japan 7, and let's take a look at what Snoopy's done. So he bought 5 infantry and a fighter, and for his combat, he got another max damage on Karelia, nothing shot down, 1 hit back, northwest, 1 hit back, Yunnan, no hit backs, no hit backs. So, quite annoying, the position that we're in. And I was thinking of a lot of alternatives, like I can buy an industrial complex in Kwangtung to possibly build me some more fleet so I can hold on to C-Zone 61. And I was also thinking about bringing these guys back, but 3 bombers defeats what I have available. I can't. 3 bombers has like 70% odds to clear what I have here, which is just too juicy odds-wise for me to want to give him those probabilities. So yeah, it's a difficult turn because I don't want to give him. This is holding, you know, this is 4 IPCs a turn that he's getting from me. It's basically for free, and it's zoning out my fleet. So I'm not 100% sure what the right move is here. So I think I may just have to man up and buy an industrial complex in Kwangtung, because if he puts more fighters here, even if I bring this aircraft carrier in, I won't have sufficient odds to get anything done. This is not the turn that I wanted to make, but I think it's necessary, unfortunately. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. Sometimes wonder if I should be bombing raiding him, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that with Japan. I really want to conserve my bombers if possible. I'd also like to land one there to prevent this undefended nonsense. I can't keep hitting Alaska. He can take it back too cheaply. I hit it last turn because there's a high chance of failure for 1 infantry to capture against 1 to 2. Got poor results there, so that is what it is. Now I'm actually a little afraid of him blitzing this with the US. Yeah, if he decides to blitz that with, yeah, if he wants to hit that with his tank and a bomber, that could be kind of ugly for me. So I might have to put 2 infantry there to keep that secure. Don't want to, but Kwangtung's important to me. Also land a buttload of planes there, but I don't think that's my best course of action. I need those planes over closer to Germany to shut down his Medshuk. Alright, slap him down there, there, put that guy in France. Try to line this up with as many units as I can to make it an unattractive proposition for him. Let's see where I want these fighters. Let's do the transports first. I really have no choice on where I want to send this. I'd have to take a really circuitous route. There's really nowhere safe from the bombers, so I have to go this way. And these guys might just be stuck in limbo for a long time, depending on what moves he makes. But again, I don't really have a choice. So... I can take one of these because I'm building another one. So I don't need both of these here. Where should I send this last fighter, huh? Where should its new home be? Like here, I have a lot of flexibility and movement from there. Do I put more in Quaint? I don't think it really matters how much I put there. 1 is enough to discourage a tank blitz. Could unload the AA gun. So I think I like that idea a bit more, unloading the AA gun instead of the artillery to have a little bit more muscle in case I want to hit one of these territories, because I only bought 8 infantry this turn, so I'm going to be have less to move next. I guess it doesn't really matter because of Manchuria, but it does matter a little. I don't want to take units from Manchuria if I don't have to. Okay. I think this is the best I can do. I like double lining everything here to make him exchange more infantry if he wants to continue trading, or risk a double, you know, the 1 and 9 killing a plane. Do I want to march these guys into Karelia? I think I do, so I don't have to send as much up from Germany. I can just chill. Where are these fighters coming from? I guess they don't have a choice. Okay, I think this is the best we can do, and this is so annoying with all these planes. I really regret going for Alaska. Well, no, I didn't have a choice. No, that wasn't a regret. My guys were just out taking the islands. Alright, well, I think that's the best I can come up with here, and I'll pull the trigger. Not the turn we wanted with Japan. And now we're only up 6 IPCs after UK's turn, and US and Russia are where they really get the big boost. So yeah, we're starting to fall behind a little bit here. Well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 8. Welcome back. It's Germany 8, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So we bought 8 infantry, artillery, 2 transports, and a submarine. So it looks like he's threatening Hawaii. For combat, he hit Kazakh, killed 2 infantry, suffered no losses. What did he hit that? He hit that infantry fighter bomber? Oh, and I didn't get any hit backs? Oh, that sucks so much. Because he took this territory, now I can't hit this with my bomber. Now I have to worry about East Indies or South Africa. I can't take it safely if he moves his guys down there. Oh, this sucks. Oh man, that was so impactful. All right. Well, let's see. Russia for infantry and artillery. Kept Belorussia. Goose egg in Ukraine. All right. Well, let's repair Karelia. Buy a bunch of infantry and mope. Now, unlike usual, I am going to hit this with 2 infantry. And here's the reason, is he can't defend C-Zone 8 unless he adds fleet with the UK. Well, actually, I suppose I couldn't hit him if he went to C-Zone 6, could he? Could I? But that presents its own issues as well. So yeah, it's even a little dicey in C-Zone 6 because I have the 2 fighters here that could still hit him. I'm still gonna go for it. Yeah, that's it. Germany doesn't have a lot to do. Nice, no hitbacks. Nice. Alright, so... maybe I'll put 2 infantry there. Not enough to make it an attractive target, but enough to say... is this enough here? 4, 6, yeah, that should be enough. What did I calculator say I need? France, 15 infantry. Okay, got it. Need 12 infantry. In Germany, I got all the planes, so that should be fine. I guess I can move more here because I have the planes. And that should be good. Man, that Kazakh battle really hurts. It gave him so many opportunities. Like, it may look like, oh, it's just 2 infantry, Blacktide, but it's not. It protects this transport. So if I move in here to take South Africa, he'll probably hit me with his bomber, fighter, you know, all his crap, kill my navy, and then, you know, I don't even get to keep it because he's gonna move in with, you know, his transport and all that nonsense. Oh, that makes, or he could even just go into East Indies if he wants to. It really puts me in a suck position. Ugh, that was really bad. Anyway, well, I guess I'll also move an infantry here, so it's not free. Still have quite a bit of defense here, but starting in 1 or 2 turns, it's gonna get sticky for me. Especially since he has West Russia. Ugh. How safe is that? I think it's pretty safe. He doesn't have anything in C-Zone 10. Man, I was feeling better until... It's little noises. It's the bombers here are so obnoxious. So obnoxious. I'm just totally trapped. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 8. Alright, welcome back. It's Japan 8, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So, bought a submarine in India, hit Malaya, hit Novembrisk. Oh, no hitbacks. What did he hit it with? I didn't hit it too heavy, and hit Yunnan. But we got 2 hitbacks in Yunnan, so that's a small victory. So I was looking at the board, and the position just kind of sucks. You know, there's just not any real clean way to do this turn, because there's this annoying little bugger, there's him zoning me out here, and I think, and the Hawaii pressure that I don't really have the resources to deal with either, so, and of course there's also the East Indies if he wants to go after that. So what I decided to do, I'm glad I made that Kwangtung industrial complex, is I'm going to buy 2 destroyers, Gonna plop them down here. That should be enough to keep my Navy safe. At least when I ran the calculator, it said my Navy is, well, they say the attacker has a 28% chance to survive. And as long as I get top 7, don't get a bottom 29% result, we should live. So that's what I'm doing. I hate to do it, but that's the position we're in. You can't always play perfectly efficient. Sometimes your opponents don't let you do it. So that, and I'm going to buy more infantry than I can actually use. I only need 9 a turn, but I'm buying this many because, well, might as well spend the money somewhere, right? Okay, so how many units do I want to send here? I can't use this fighter there. I think I have to do it in this manner. I need to send this fighter to Season 61, so these one fighter can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Land in East Indies, because I don't want to give it to him for free. I want him to force a tank versus a fighter and force him to lose the transport if he wants to take that fight. I guess I don't need both of the fighters. Let's see, how many units will I need to clear out the med? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6. 6 plane. 6. I guess I can only really afford to send 1. That's safer because that way I'd have 7 planes against 6 boats, which should be unattractive to him. Okay, let's pull the trigger. I think this is everything. I hate this turn. That Quang Tung guy is so annoying. I want to use an artillery here. I think the answer is still yes. I don't mind trading. Ah, man, I'm getting kind of killed in these tiny fights. This is my life. I'm still gonna press on. I don't want him to be trading. Man, that was miserable. Well, let me punch that into the calculator. What were the odds of not capturing? That was a bottom 1% result. That was a bottom 1%. That was a 99% chance to capture against that. Yeesh. Still gonna keep sending the Japanese folks that way. here. Let's reroute these pitiful units here to defend Hawaii. Now I have to be a little careful here of a strafe because he can blitz in with a tank, 5 fighters, 3 bombers. That shouldn't be a good fight for him. Shouldn't be a good fight, but I'll send an extra artillery just to be cautious. Can't believe this. God, one hit back here. I lost more IPCs attacking than... when you have IPC negative attacks, you can't have many of those. These are some really pivotal turns. Getting these kind of losses are really, really starting to set us back. I think we're getting farther behind after that. But hopefully we should be able to bully him out of Burma next turn, just due to our big navy force. He has to defend India and Burma, which I don't think he has the capabilities of defending both. Messy turns. We might need to start taking more risks, like going for Africa there. All right. I think that's about the gist of it. Ah, that was a top 1% result. And we bought 2 destroyers, sickening. And there's no doubt we're going to be behind now. And yeah, even after our turn, we're only +3 IPCs. Man, we've had some bad turns. Bad couple turns. I mean, they're not like, oh, I lost a huge battle, but, you know, these sucky roll turns really hit you hard. Really hit you hard. 3 units of his killed 4 of mine, and I didn't take the territory. Eesh. Alright, catch you guys next time for Germany 9. Welcome back, it's Germany 9. Let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So he bought a sub, a bunch of bombers. Looks like he's trying to zone out Hawaii here. Hit East Indies. I did not defend it. That's terrible. Took Northwestern, no losses. Kazakh, no losses. Yunnan, air raid, no losses. So we got a disaster turn. The bad luck keeps coming in, huh? Russia, Bello, Ukraine, Vologda. So we got some decent hitbacks, but oh, that perfect US turn just, it's gonna cause us a lot of problems. So I'm just gonna buy a bunch of infantry and some artillery to add a little bit more teeth to Berlin in case he wants to stack. So let's get right along. I I think this is going to be my last chance to stack Ukraine. But I think I'm going to take that opportunity. Can probably get Caucasus too, because I should have enough to defend. Let's see, what can these bombers reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see actually to see if that's actually defended. So you can hit me with a tank, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, cruiser, 4 bombers, 2 fighters, and I will have 8 infantry, AA gun, a tank, bomber, and 5 planes. That's pretty safe. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And I think I can even pull that off with those tanks there. Maybe I'll just do 1 tank in case I fail here and want to blitz it. I think that's a good move. Get back. Ugh. All right. Still need to have a lot of units here. Can move that tank up for more pressure. You can only hit here with 6 land units, 4 planes, 2 bombards. But I can reinforce with planes if he does something cheeky with the UK. Woof. Man, his last couple of US turns and my Japan turns have not been going well. Well, we'll do what we can. Yeah, now that air raid failed, so now you can just blitz his tanks in and smash that and keep his whole fleet there. These tiny little battles are really snowballing against us. The score doesn't look too good. Yeah, we're falling behind pretty significantly at this point. Alright, well that's it for Germany 9, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 9. Welcome back. It's Japan 9, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. But all land units and another tank in India. Combat, hit Northwestern. Wiped me out in Kwangtung. Sacrificed his fighters to capture it, so I can't retake East Indies. Took art. Yeah, man. Where's my 1 and 9 where I clear him out? So, pretty average results, honestly. Nothing too spectacular here. So I had a really tough turn here. I spent a long time calculating different possibilities and what I thought the best moves were, and I had difficulties. So yeah, I had a lot of difficulty. So I ended up deciding I'm just gonna buy 8 infantry and 2 fighters to even out my logistics. And I'll explain the other ideas as I take my turn. Okay, so first things first, we always take our freebies. Take that bloke out. He's offering us Caucasus. I will accept. I wondered if I should start bombing raids. I'm starting to feel pretty behind, but I mean, does bombing UK really get me that much? I guess I can bomb Russia. Since I'm going to be taking, I mean, how many IP? I guess he does have enough money to spend. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I can't get back here, which is where I really want to go. Where are all his transports? Ah, they're tucked away. Yeah, I think I'm behind enough where a bombing raid is starting to sound attractive to me. Where do I want to position these fighters? I think I will move them over to Karelia so I can get them in range to damage more things. Let me quickly make sure that he can't take out Berlin. You know, if I move those fighters out. Let me see, you can hit Berlin with 3 infantry, 3 artillery, 4 planes, bombard. This bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a bomber. I cannot move those planes. That is a good detail to notice. How many do I need to keep? I need to keep at least 2 fighters in Berlin to maintain credible odds to hold it. It'd be a like 30-something% chance to capture if I have 2 fighters. Yeesh. It's kind of a waste not to use these fighters. I wonder where I should place these, because it's not completely obvious where the best spot for them are. Do I want them in Karelia? It's going to be becoming an increasing problem. Do I want them over here to deal with UK? I feel it would be more appropriate to keep them in Karelia to try and bunch his fleet up in one place, because I feel I'm just not making a lot of progress over here. Alright, well, that should be enough. I'll use the bombard. Can never have too much overkill. Remember that. Those are words to live by. First bombing raid of the game. Well, at least it wasn't him rolling the one, right? Well, no hitbacks. Could be worse, right? This is my secret plan, air quotes secret plan. This is the only place that I can hold, and by doing this, I am giving him basically giving him 46% chance to clear this. I have like a 53% chance of staying alive here, but let's face it, I'm behind, and I need to take risks in order to maintain my position in this game, and I can't be timid. Needed two fighters away, right? I can't be timid. Kind of stinks not having reinforcements here, but I guess I have them here. I'm putting two guys here as much as I hate that, to prevent the same tragedy that he did last. Actually, he can't do the same blitz here. He can't do the same blitz. He'd have to full-on air raid, hit that with all his bombers and fighters, and I'd likely get two planes out of it. I don't think he'd do that attack again. He can't afford to be that inefficient just to hold East Indies, or that's what I tell myself. So I'll just move everything through instead of hedging in Kiangsu. I really hate keeping these fighters here. This is not where I want their home to be, but it's where they have to be in order to keep things safe. I could also consider a 2-1 attack here on C-Zone 3 if he hits it too lightly. That might be the get back in the game risk I take, because this is costing me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 IPCs a turn. That's like a huge IPC gap that I can't sustain. I can't allow this status quo to continue, or I'll quickly dry up. Well, I don't think Snoopy will take this 50-50 attack, because when Snoopy's ahead like he is, I don't think he'd take a risky attack that could kill all of his planes. But you never know. We'll see. This attack. So I feel this... I spent a long time thinking about this turn, and this is the best I could come up with. I assume France is safe, right? Yeah, he can't hit it with that much. I may have to abandon it next turn. No, I don't think I do. I can reinforce from Berlin. I don't have a huge threat yet in Karelia. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 turns down the line that I'm going to start sweating. Okay, well, this is about as good as it gets, and I just keep I'm nervous missing something. I took some risk, early risk, to try to take Alaska, and they failed. And then you got that Kazakh. And all these tiny little failures and bad lucks that Snoopy capitalized on perfectly is really coming back to haunt me. Alright. I'm so nervous. Alright, I'll pull the trigger. Keep building up that Air Force, and eventually we'll get enough planes to do something magical, right? Though I wish they were bombers instead of fighters. I guess I can remove this. Yeah, defend here in East Indies. I know past me. And you can see, well, I think we gapped up a little. Well, the USA's turn, it's gonna look worse, but I think we got some decent recompense. He did some damage to us here for holding IPCs, but he lost a lot in return, so it's not a complete loss for us. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 10. Welcome back. It's Germany 10, and let's take a look at what Snoopy has done. So for the US, he's buying more bombers, continuing to make Japan the living hell. Hit Caucasus, killed one, lost one. Did air raid on Archangel, took out a fighter. Good, we need more of that. Bad news is he took out Eastern Australia, and yeah, well, that's just how it is. Japan's getting porked right now. Let's see, Russia, hit Evenki, nothing too stellar here. Okay, so he's starting to turn up the pressure on Germany. I'm just in a rough position because Japan is just aeons behind where they need to be. Germany's still doing okay, but Russia's super strong, Japan's super weak, and they're getting weaker. Luckily, I saw an opportunity here, so I'll explain that to you in a minute. I'm going to purchase 9 infantry and a fighter, and the reason for that is Snoopy left that C-zone navy right there very vulnerable. Too vulnerable, in my opinion. So I'm, of course, going to snatch that up, and then I'll just lightly trade the other territories. I'm going to... I believe I'm going to actually take this with the infantry. I want to force Russia to trade, as they're... oh god, they're so strong. But I still want them to trade. Okay, so I think that's the plan. As long as he only gets 1 hit back, you should get 1.5 hit backs or so here. I think we're okay. If he gets 2 hit backs, that's not good. If he gets 3 hit backs, well, that's life. Okay, Caucasus. Give me those 4 IPCs. Good. Oh no. No. Might as well. think that's game. I'm already behind. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I cannot afford that. Oof, that was a bottom 4% result. Well, shoot, now this territory isn't even safe. Yeah, I think that's game. I don't think I can recover from that. I don't think I can recover from that. That was really, really brutal. And I didn't even kill the transport. Wow. Wow. Berlin is not safe either. Okay, well, I'll see what he does on UK. I'm gonna have to do something desperate and stupid. That took us from being behind to screwed. I don't know, maybe I'll have to hit this. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 boats versus 7, 8 planes. I think I might have to do that. I'm gonna have to do something desperate. All right, well, that's it, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 10. Welcome back. It's Japan 10, and we're in trouble. Hit Yunnan, no hitbacks. Hit Caucasus, got 2 hitbacks. And he traded his navy for some more land units. So I was thinking about it. I was looking at how far behind I am, and it's only going to get worse. So I have to take a risk. I have to take a big risk. And I'm going to hit this navy battle here. It's a 33% chance to clear. And it's huge. If I can do it, I'll wipe out pretty much the whole Allied fleet. If I can't do it, I will resign. So yeah, that's what I plan to do. I guess I'm only hitting that with 1. I'm going to take this guy. It's a 68% chance to conquer. I'm not sure what to do with this sub. I can just attack his subs and see if he has group submerge on or not. Knowing Snoopy, he probably does, but you never know. I was a little tempted to send a fighter over here with it, but you know, if he doesn't get a hit back, then I'd have to sacrifice an aircraft carrier, and I just don't want to do that. I'm already in enough pain as it is. I'm just having to take a lot of risks right now and hope they pan out. Yep, 33% chance to clear. Let's spin the wheel. It's forcing me to do the amphibious assaults first. Well, can't argue with perfection. This is the more important battle, though. Got it. Okay, let's just do this here. Been getting good luck in the other fights. That was a really good hit. Okay, that was great. That was not fantastic. Oh! No! No! I get potato hits. He hits everything. Oh, I have to keep at it, though. Oh, I got so hopeful. I got so hopeful there for a second. I'm curious. Let me put it into the calculator. What did 3 fighters against 3 fighters in the damage battleship? My odds to clear were 72%. Why did every battle go well except... Oh, he does have group submerge on. Every battle went well except for the one that mattered the most. Except for the one that mattered the most. I don't know. I mean, it was an okay result. Pick the ones that have the least movement range to go there first. What do you do? What do you do? I guess I should have added more infantry because I was considering doing a suicide round here if it failed, but I guess that's not necessary. I don't know. Do I want to concede? I'm going to have to consider it more. I'm way behind, but I'm not, like, dead. So I'm going to mull it over a little bit, and we'll keep trucking. Welcome back. It's Germany 11, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. Killed the transport, took Northwestern, attacked the sub. Russia took Kazakh, took West Russia, took Vologda, took Arch. Well, not a lot going on. So I'm just going to buy land units and a plane. So what do you do in this sort of situation where you're just infinity behind in the game? You have to take a huge risk, and there's really no risk for Germany to take. I mean, I can hit Finland, but that's like a 3% chance of success, which isn't very attractive. So I'm going to have to take some sort of risk over with Japan, either hitting Burma or India, and I have to get exceptional results. So we'll just kind of gloss over what Germany's doing, and we'll have to see what we can do with Japan. Okay, it's good. Perfect. Unfortunately, it doesn't really influence the game. That feeling when you get great rolls, but it doesn't matter. So matter where the fighter is? I guess it kind of does matter. A little bit more defense on Berlin this way. You wanted to suicide things in, you'd probably have decent odds on Berlin if you wanted it. But I'm kind of at that point where I'm just like, well, I've lost, so I'm not investing as much time, you know, calculating what 2-1 attacks look like and all these things. I'm kind of just breezing through my turns and just saying, well, I'm going to do a big YOLO with Japan, and nothing else really matters. So yeah, Alright, well that's the turn, and I'll see you guys for Japan 11. Welcome back, everyone. It's Japan 11. Let's take a look what Snoopy did. Hit Northwestern Europe, lost 2. Hey, some good luck. Hit Yunnan, lost 3 for 1. Well, that's average. And hit West Russia, lost 2 infantry and a bomber. Hey, cheers. Don't know if it will impact the game, but every little bit helps. So I was looking at the screen and I was thinking, well, what can I do? I was thinking of all-inning Burma. Not gonna happen. You know, I have no odds on that. But I can definitely take India, which is a little intriguing. And I think that's exactly what I will do. I'll go after India. And I guess he has a lot of stuff, but you know, what can you do? So I'm going to buy another transport because I still want to be able to have some logistics. I'm going to buy aircraft carrier to protect my baby boys. And 7 infantry because gotta have units on the ground. So let's start out with this attack. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these guys. Well, I don't want to fight the subs. God, Russia's so strong. 69. Ay, 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 ay. Even taking India doesn't impact the game that much, but I mean, gotta try something. I think that's it. Oh, nice. Look at that. Perfection. We're gonna need, you know, I'd like to say, oh, we're in a great spot, but we're gonna need a lot more good luck to get back into this game. We're you know, I'm starting to look at that forfeit game button lovingly. It's looking more and more attractive every round, and that's not a good sign. But I can't complain about the rolls these last 2 rounds. It's about as good as it gets. I feel like that should be my catchphrase. It's as good as it gets. Well, obviously I'm putting those there. I say obviously, but it's not super obvious. Where do I want the sub? I guess I'll put it here to protect this fleet. Should be pretty safe. Let's see, he has 4 bombers. 3 plane, 7. Maybe not as safe as I would like. Maybe not as safe as I'd like. Well, how many units do I have there going there? 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I need to send one destroyer there to keep, to prevent him from menacing me with a sub. I'll also set my profile to... God, I have a lot of profiles. Where's aircraft carrier last? Carrier last there. Quit the game. Re-enter. Is this place safe? Is this safe? I mean, I have 12, 13 units. It's super not safe. Okay. So, oh, man, I can't even hold on against Russia. Okay. I can't even hold on against Russia. How pathetic is that? Do they need these fighters here? Do they need the fighters here? How many units does he have? 36, 37, 38, 39. I should be good for this turn. Let's see, can I be safe here? 8 units, 9, 10, 13. I think, well, let me see. All right, fine. I'll punch it into the calculator. You win, terrorists. Okay. 9 infantry and AA gun, 2 artillery, 2 fighters. Super not safe. Okay. Where do I even want to put these? Maybe I'll just put them here. 2 fighters isn't going to do anything against the US. What I need to do is I need to position this guy so he can land in France next turn. So let's see. From here it can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot land in France next turn. I might have to stack shift to Northwestern Europe then. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll put a marker, say... for bomber. He has pretty darn good odds on Berlin, right? He can hit with 8 units, 2 planes. I think I have to move. I think I have to move a lot of my guys there. So he has 8 land units, 2 planes. Yeah. As much as I hate it, I think I have to reinforce it. Would have been hilarious if I could have just had some way. If I still had Hawaii, I could have gotten a victory city win. Isn't that hilarious? If I had Hawaii, I would have a victory city win. There's nothing he can take. How hilarious would that have been? But it wasn't meant to be. All right. Well, we've regained some ground, but we're the main I mean, this is a problem here, but the main problem is Russia's just so freaking strong. Russia's so strong, and I lost all of my. I lost 5 German bombers for almost nothing. Oh, it'd be such a different game if I had 5 more fighters here. Well, anyway, see you guys next time for Germany 12. Welcome back, it's Germany 12. Let's take a look what Snoopy did. He bought more planes. Took Northwestern, no loss. Hit India, and I absolutely creamed him. Insanely good luck there. Let's see. Took India. Yeah, pretty good hitbacks for us, but the problem is getting lucky later in the game is so much less valuable than getting good luck early game. Even just tiny, barely above average luck in the early game can snowball, because if you look at the score, I'm still losing horribly. So I don't know, maybe I'll give it another turn or two, see if I can get something done in India or wipe him or something. If he gives me anything remotely half decent odds against this stack here, I will take it. Because we're desperate. I'm even thinking, like, oh, could I buy an aircraft carrier and hit Sea Zone 3? Alright, well, enough of that. 9 infantry, fighter. Let's hop to it. I don't think I can even afford to trade Archangel. Starting to get that fat stack. I can't afford to trade Archangel. How pathetic is that? Still going for it. Well, still going for it. Well, that wasn't good. Alright, well, that certainly wasn't what we needed. Yeah, well, we'll see what he does with the UK. I am just gonna hop on whatever he gives me. We'll see. Alright, See you guys next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12, and let's see what Snoopy did. 2 infantry, AA gun, fighter bomber. Okay. Hit Karelia, destroyed his bomber in Germany, took the freebie France, 1 Yunnan, hit East Indies, lost a bomber, so, I mean, nothing too impactful. I mean, it was an okay round. We killed a bomber with the strategic raid, but it doesn't change the crappy position we're in. So, I was thinking about it, and this is just a handful of turns from falling. I don't think I have any chance in the game. It would just take ridiculous series of luck, but my best shot is to hit Burma, in my opinion. It's a 7% chance to clear and a 0% chance to conquer. And that's just what I'm going to go for. I don't see any other way to come back in this game. And I'm just going to YOLO and pray and probably concede. Alright, so let's get started. We're broke. Well, let's take that. You know what? I don't think I can even afford to go for that for Germany. They need all the infantry they can get. Alright. This is a 7.6% chance. 14 units versus 15, but his numbers are bigger and better. I'll just spin the dice and make sure it's at everything. Okay, let's do this battle first. I mean, that was pretty darn sweet. Except maybe that last roll. But I mean, honestly, my roll's pretty great considering. I mean, that's better than what I should have got. Is it enough to stay in the game? I don't know. Better than what I should have got, but is it enough? guess it doesn't really matter once I put 2 here. I guess if I spawn one of the fighters here, it makes a difference. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Does it make a difference though? Yeah, I'll spawn a fighter here. Russia's just too strong. Germany's too weak. Japan's too weak. That's what I plan to do. Put more units there to keep it safer. Now look at the board. I mean, the results are better than I deserve, but I don't think they materially changed the game in any meaningful way. He can just march Russian troops down there. I don't know. I'll maybe give it another turn and see what happens. It's horrible, but I mean, I managed to go basically even with him in a fight that should have been horribly against me. But this is kind of like fool's gold luck. It's like, oh, you got really lucky, but I asked myself, yes, I got lucky, but am I in a good place? And the answer is no. So there's that. Anyway, that's it for now, and I guess I'll see you guys for Germany 13. Alright, welcome back. It's Germany 13, and taking a look at the board, I just see no hope. I'm not going to be able to take India. Russia's pushing me back. I'm going to probably lose Karelia next turn. I just have nothing going for me. I'm 51 attack power behind, so going to go ahead and concede. I think my opponent played a splendid game, and yeah, that happens. So good game to my opponent, and I'll see you guys next time.